Everybody, it's Jeremy. Welcome back to Lucid's Tournament Game 7, where we are playing Helheim. This is turn 58. I'm a little tired at this point, so if I kind of flag, I apologize for that, but it's during the Great Snowstorm, and I've had a bit of a rough day, long hours, etc., so I'm just trying to get this taken care of because I would rather not extend if I don't have to, right? So we got a lot to take care of. Let's jump into things. All right. Holy shit. Let's just go through things. We've finished Evocation 5. Great. On our way up to Alteration 6. Arlene Foster, the Midden Sorceress, has claimed the throne of Gaia in the name of Rudy. Okay, so this means that we know that he has his god, Rudy Giuliani. He has this Arlene Foster, who is a Dominion sorceress and can claim. But he also has a, what was it? Just a scout or something like that. What it was. From a previous battle that was his prophet, right? So he's got at least 3 H3s. Something to keep in mind. Hanga 4 has claimed the throne of the first stage. Very cool. Gnome Lore, nothing. Did some Corpseman construction. Bowl of Blood, nothing. Revive King. Absolute nothing. Bowl of Blood, nothing. Reanimation, absolute nothing. Dark Knowledge, nothing. Our respects. Finds a Druid's Grave. +1. Corpseman construction, nothing. Our respects, nothing. Dark Knowledge, nothing. Reanimation, Arcane Probing, nothing. Unfortunate. Auspex, nothing. Got a Dire Portent, as Tiernanog has put up Earthblood Deepwell as well. Bowl of Blood found nothing. Augury finds nothing. Super unfortunate. Bowl of Blood finds nothing. Reanimation. We have cast Father Ill-Earth, and Pedosian has answered the spell. Bowl of Blood finds nothing. Did some more Naiad Warriors, Corpseman construction, Bowl of Blood. And then we have in Pomania, Sanafe, and Tiny Willow. Very good blood hauls. Orman, very crappy hauls, so very unfortunate there. But still, overall, this was, what, 50, 84, 104, 108 in a turn, so it's still pretty okay. I'll take it. Battle in Blue Moss Forest that we witnessed between Hinam attacking Tiernanog. So this is Zuriel, the son of Azazel, hit it out, and this is what Hinam's trying to fight back against Tiernanog with. Tiernanog, I think, is not really fighting back too terribly much, because I think they're gearing up for me. Because I think they're gearing up more for a throne victory than anything else. See how that goes. Okay. Nothing really to see here. Easy. Son of Azazel wins. Great. Couple of events. We have an unexpected event in Rame. Rumors of a plague. Yeah. So, people are suspicious of foreigners and trade has been hampered. Armed men could probably seal the borders, but this would further decrease commerce. So that's happening in Rame and in Sanafe. Unfortunate. Winter has come, reducing commerce and travel, which has hindered the plague from spreading. Great. Blood Slaves and Tower of Heaven. Ifa, we had an ill omen. All of that luck. Although I don't think I think the plague is an event. Well, I don't know. I'm not sure if it's I don't know. It might just be bad luck, but who knows. We've got Unrest and Misfortune. We gained some Nature Gems in Dead Forest. Gained some Earth Gems in Defaros. Construction is completed in Defaros. And then we did a bunch of patrolling. Okay, so we've got a bunch of movement happening. And it's really... I've kind of talked about this a little bit already, but it's mostly because of my apprehension towards Helheim. Because this was not on our border last turn. So, it's possible right? That's moving through. Seems unlikely. So my assumption is that Kalem is going to attack me next turn, and that Tirnanog is going to attack me the turn after. Who knows? Tirnanog might actually attack me this turn. If they do, it's a turn early, but they might have just miscalculated, so who knows? So we've got some interesting stuff to try to deal with here. If we are attacked by Tirnanog and Kalem, there is very little. I say very little. We'll do as much as we can. But it's very unlikely that we will be able to defend ourselves against both of them. I might do what I can to try to rally Femoria into this game, or Abyssia into this game. I try to appeal to the sense of reason between one of them or the other. I think Kalem attacking me, if this is what happens, mind you, this might not be what happens, but I think Kalem attacking me when Tirnanog is so close to winning is a really bad idea. Picking on someone like Femoria, picking on someone like Abyssia, or working with me to take on Tirnanog, I think in those situations, Kalem all but guarantees a win. Attacking me with Tirnanog, though, just means that Kalem gets stronger, sure, but Tirnanog gets stronger. And Tirnanog's sitting on 4 thrones right now. They've only claimed 1, right? But they have 3 H3s, at least. And we can see they have a Devil's Pond here. So I don't know. They need a lab in order to summon a bishop fish, but I have no idea if they've gotten that far along into things, so who knows. Either way, this is all conjecture, because who knows whether or not Kalem's actually going to attack me or not. We're preparing for whatever we feel like we need. So, this turn is about some movement and preparation. We'll start in Robberhome. In Robberhome, the unrest is back down to a manageable point, so we are no longer patrolling. We are researching with the majority of our units in order to try to push our research up to hit some breakpoints in this war. Oof, fingers fucking crossed. So that is what most of our Hangas up here are doing. Oriaks and Semedges are on the move. They are on the move because of the potential that we will be getting attacked. So Oriaks is heading into Towers of Heaven. Semedges is heading into Ard. They are going to be patrolling, they're in those provinces in case we get attacked, right? We get mass attacked. They both have Liquid Body, Quicken Self. I'm curious as to whether or not it makes sense to put up something like Breath of Winter when they already have Breath of Winter, basically. I don't think it does make sense. So after that, I'm not really sure if there's something that would be worth casting. I feel like slows, actually. Slow would be really cool if I could get it on people, but it's the difficulty of getting it on someone. Some of the range is just so low. So they're gonna Liquid Body, Quicken Self, and then go at things. I have swapped out their Shade Mail Hauberkins for Armor of the Knights. This is boosted. For example, Oriaks was at 33, or is at 33. He was at 28, so this is a +5 AC. That's pretty decent. 33 AC. I've just been playing Dungeons and Dragons. 33 protection with something like liquid body and regeneration is pretty good. That's pretty hefty. You throw in a vine shield, and that's pretty awesome. If they are capable of getting off liquid body and quicken self, the Ice Devils are incredibly challenging customers to deal with. So, Oriax and Semeges are striking out into the unknown in the off chance that they catch someone out. We are moving Sigurdriva into Robberhome, and we're moving Hearst 17 into Robberhome with these herdmen. So that should be reinforcing support. Okay. We're also sending Nikafor up into Ard. This is a somewhat calculated risk. The risk here being, right, that it's possible, if Caleb's attacking me, it's possible that he moves a large army from Pustinia into Laria with the ideal of going towards Sarmatia. If he does, that army's likely to have things like Eagle Kings or stuff like that, right? It is possible that Nikafor would be killed or will be killed in this. But Nikafor is also exceptionally strong in the right situation. Not really. Not much we can do about that. So Nikafor is the one that has the highest protection, the additional bonuses in cold, right? And also, moving into Laria, Laria has Magic 3, so Nikafor's magic resistance would actually get boosted as well. So he'd have pretty high protection, pretty high hit points, a pretty decent setup to be able to potentially resist a whole lot, and it's a crapshoot. Absolutely a crapshoot. But it's a crapshoot. So if Kalem comes at me, and I already know Tirnanog's gonna come at me, we're in desperation mode. So I'm gonna try some of these ploys, and I think what's the just all go to Laria. What's the chance there? What's the chance that he actually walks this army into Laria? I don't know. Let's do that. Fuck it. Let's send Nikafor, Semeges, and Oriax into Laria, and we'll see if 3 Ice Devils running up against an army like that is capable of doing anything. More likely, we're not going to see anything because he's not going to attack us. Or if he does attack us, he attacks us by flying onto Sarmatia or something like that. We'll see. We'll see. Anyways, so in Sarmatia, what are we doing? A bunch of the stuff that we've already been doing. Continuing to cast things like Auspex, because why not? Star of Thraldoms, so those are coming out. Corpse Constructions continue to come out. We are forging some more Rings of the Warrior. We want to forge, we want to have a Star of Thraldom and a Ring of the Warrior, right? So we want those in tandem. We don't want one without the other, because they complement each other and help boost the attack power, or the attack skill. Again, oh shit, I don't have anybody here. I get them all over to this unit. Boost the attack skill up to a really good portion where you've got a pretty good chance of hitting. Right, fantastic. So that's why we're doing the Rings of the Warrior, and we're continuing to reanimate with Beam. In Zimria, we are continuing to move Spark 5 and Jade Sork 3 up to Sarmatia with the trying to endeavor, right, to get these mage path diversification individuals into location, right? We can make Spark 5 Earth 3 with some Earth Boots, Earth 4 with Earth Power, Jade Sork 3, we can give a Water Bracelet and a Robe of the Sea. in order to go up to Water 3, or we could give her a Thistle Mace and have her be Nature 3. Alright, so we got plenty of options, things to use with her. We've got our first Enchanter, and this Enchanter is casting Arcane Probing immediately. Cool. Over in Brightgate, we are actually sneaking Jarl 4 and Jarl 17 into Helheim, because we've kind of screwed ourselves over in Helheim by moving away all of our good units like Hangedrots and Jarls. We don't actually have good leaders in Helheim this turn, and that's actually become a problem. We're continuing to cast Haruspex and another Ring of the Warrior. Over in Dofaros, we're just researching. In Dead Forest, we are doing another Ring of Regeneration, more Haruspex, Augury. Please, dear Lord Jesus, let us find some fire gems. This is just like a little side mission, but I mean, it'd be nice if it actually ever happened. You know. This actually needs to be a Voice of Apsu. Yeah, sure. Go there. We are doing Naiad Warriors again, another Voice of Apsu, Water Bracelets, and Boots of the Messenger. Down in Kohnberg, we are making more Armor of the Knights, as we've seen. While the Shademail Hauberkins are incredibly valuable, and we're definitely going to be using those for things. Right now, we kind of just need the combat power, raw combat power, and that is more readily available in the Armor of the Knights. Over in Osens, we are actually pulling King 11 back into Orman, because if they attack us from Silent Wetlands, if Calum actually attacks us, King 11 being there is not going to prevent this fortification from becoming breached. Undead do not have enough siege defense to really matter in that type of scenario. And what we would be looking for is King 11's undead to supplement other individuals. Like if we had undead here in Kohnberg, right, that's great because there's a lot of other units there, right? But we haven't gotten to there in Osens because Osens is kind of like the offset or offshoot location that's kind of been getting ignored because we don't have enough money and we've got very expensive units. So that's unfortunate. Jarl 22 and Hearst 50 can potentially get their way out of there if they need be, but King 11 can't. So we're just going to pull back because if he doesn't attack us, right, then whatever. King 11's not lost anything by pulling back into Orman. That's okay. And then in Orman, we have actually given over all of the Star of Thraldoms and the Rings of the Warrior. So this group is completely kitted out. We're not completely, but partially kitted out. All of our Blood Hunters are set to cast Mistform, Blessing, Flight, and Attack Rear. So that is the script for all of them. And the goal there being, obviously, right, is that we would like to have the undead run into things or engage the enemy, and then have our Jarls fly into the back and hopefully pop any commanders that we're having to deal with. That's the overall goal. But I don't know that that's gonna happen all the time, so we're just gonna have to see. Yeah. And then in Helheim, we've got stuff happening. Okay, so we are casting our first iteration of Bind Archdevil. Loki has his Armor of the Souls up in order to cast this. Great. This is good. Very good. We are not using our Amulets of the Dead because we want to save Death Gems. We could potentially need to dump Death Gems or something like a bunch of Pale Riders or some quick Twice-Borns in the right situations, etc., etc. So, we're at the point to where just basic Long Dead aren't going to do much comparatively, so we do not want to waste gems on them for now. Carl 3, 4, and 9 are just going to research. Continuing to do gnome lore because why not? More corpseman construction. We are moving Svart 3 over towards Dead Forest. Again, diversifying, trying to make sure we get people in locations. Svart 3 with some boots over here with these kidnids can do something like Legions of Steel on them to give them additional protection. And then can do something importantly for them like Strength of Giants to increase the amount of damage that they can do pretty drastically. So that's pretty good. Right? We are doing another Black Steel Helmet. We are doing a Ring of Sorcery with our God, right? So we didn't have enough to do a double up on Archdevils, so this turn Cold Device uses the Star Sign Skullcap and the Crystal Coin to make a Ring of Sorcery. And that's it. That's all we're going to be able to do for a long time, because we're basically out of Astral Pearls at this point. In theory, Enchant 1, the Enchanter, can find some Astral Pearls for us. Bifron's continues to cast as well. With Arcane Probing, hopefully we'll get some stuff, and then eventually we could get something like a Ring of Wizardry up. We've got a lot of boosters. I've probably gone a little overboard with these boosters. I was hopeful, right? These are about to get used. These are absolutely about to get used. These are also about to get used by our Svart. So I guess in theory, honestly, we haven't really gone overboard with our boosters. The only one we don't have a good plan with in the near future is the Skull of Fire. And I would put that on our Pyrophlegaton, or I would put that on Loki in order to cast something like nope. Wait. Nope. Nope. Flaming arrows, right? So we could do something like flaming arrows, and you're like, wait, what? Flaming arrows, right? But nope, not what I was thinking of. What was I thinking of? Am I thinking of the wrong thing? I might be thinking of the wrong thing. Our Herdman? Nope. We've got someone who has arrows, but apparently we're not making them. Aha. We've got javelins, right? So javelins count as arrows. Our mounted Herdmen have the javelins, right? That's not something, again, this is not something that we're super looking at, but it's something that we could do in the background, right? Was the concept of trying to, like, pull out flaming arrows in a battle and just be like, aha, flaming arrows. But that is something that we could do in 4 or 5 turns with a little bit of time spent amassing an army to do it with. But I don't think we have that time. So anyways, sorry, that was just a little digression on the fact that I was thinking for a second maybe we've gone overboard, but we haven't, I don't think. We've got a Ring of Sorcery coming. This can be useful to just boost into some of the paths that we're trying to accomplish. And then we got more Dark Knowledge, more Arcane Probing. We're doing another Boots of Quickness. And Pedosian, the Father Ill Earth, is on the move. So Pedosian is kitted out with a Frostbrand, Gutata Volturnus, Blacksteel Helmet, Armor of the Knights, Storm Spool, and Ring of Regeneration. So he has a pretty high shock resistance, decently high starting protection, not quite as high as some of the Ice Devils, but unlike the Ice Devils, he has the ability to boost his own protection. He can do things like Iron Skin, Temper Flesh, Iron Will, Earth Power, Legions of Steel, in that order, for reasons, because Iron Skin and Temper Flesh are probably the ones that are going to keep him alive in a big battle. Iron Skin will push his protection up to 20. This should push him to about, I think, 33 or 34 protection, which is pretty good. With Temper Flesh, it's very good. With 25% regeneration, it's super good. Pedosian is tough to kill. One of the ways that you kill him is via magic, and Iron Will helps counteract that. It's +4 magic resistance. And then Summon Earth Power and Legions of Steel are just attacking on the side. Also, it occurs to me that marching into Laria would actually decrease their magic resistance by Look me, by 3, so they'd be sitting at 15, which is not great, honestly. But I think we're still going to do it. Because, again, I think we're making moves of potential desperation. See how it goes. All right, so that's where we are doing all our movement, all of our forging, etc., etc. You can see the kits that we kind of currently have developing at the moment. And I think that's about it. We've got Mother Oak up. There's Well of Misery, Eternal Pyre, Earthblood, Deepwell on the board. I think... I don't know why. I mentioned this previously, right? That I think Caleb's going to attack me. I'm saying I mentioned this previously in one of the other episodes. I think Galem's going to attack me because of the way they've been talking in discussions with them recently. They said a particular phrase, right? I told them that Tir Nanog had broken their, or ended their nap. They were going to attack in turns, probably to try to take a throne victory. And Caleb basically said, I know. And it could be that they were just saying, yeah, I know that they're going to try to get a throne victory. But it kind of sounded, the way I inferred it or interpreted it was that they were saying, yeah, I know that they've ended their nap with you. It sounds like they are maybe working together to try to take me out as quickly as possible. And if that is the case, I think that, again, I think that is a really, really bad move on Caleb's part. Tir Nanog has been incredibly opportunistic. Getting in and out of multiple wars over and over and over again in order to expand their territory and get themselves into the position that they're in right now. And the position that they're in right now is having 4 out of 5 thrones. Now, they haven't claimed those thrones, but we know they have at least 3 H3s. It's possible that they have 4. And if they do, this game could be done very shortly. And I know that, right? Which is why I'm trying to defend against Tir Nanog and prevent that from happening. Which is what Caleb should be doing as well, right? I could understand if Caleb tried to, like, initiate a base race where it was like, all right, Tir Nanog's close to winning, but so am I, right? And they attacked Memoria, right? Went for Fever Fens, went for Caves of Madness, even attacking Tir Nanog themselves, going for Saren Forest, going for Durshid, going for Ossuary. But going for me seems like a really bad idea, which is why it's probably not going to happen. I don't know. I feel convinced. So we're going to have a very... either I'm going to be proven wrong next turn, and Caleb's, later on down the road when they watch this video, will be like, why the fuck would I attack you right now? Right? Or we're going to get attacked next turn, and we're going to be like, why? What is happening? Also, I didn't point this out, but Podosian is moving into Pulmania, because Podosian, unfortunately, as awesome as he is stout and sturdy and strong, great. He's very slow compared to what we do normally, right? He's not slow compared to everyone else, but he's slow compared to what we do. So he's got to kind of get a head start on where he's going. And I'm just moving him to Pulmania because if Caleb attacks, right, well, he has a direction he can go. And if Caleb doesn't attack, well, he can go to Titan's Breath because then he can go towards Tir Nanog and he still has a direction he can go. So, all right, that has been the turn. It's starting to get kind of long-winded at this point. I'm heading to bed. I'll see you all next time. Bye, everybody.